women have faced challenges. Still today, across the globe, women are paid lesser than men for similar kind of work, similar hours, even more at times, So this is a fight which even I experienced. My promotions were held back, or, I was not paid as much as my male counterparts. So I think we need to wake up to this, and your show definitely is going to be a step here. And I personally feel that women are beyond pink, they have that substance in them, and each and every woman has some kind of a story to tell and some kind of a challenge.
A woman of substance is someone who's a woman of power, a woman of positive influence, and a woman of meaning. Hello, my name is Sadaf and I welcome you all to Women Influencers Talk Show, a show where we interview and talk to all the influential women of today. They are the go-getters, they have been there and done that. So if you're coming here for the very first time, I would urge you to subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon so that you are notified every time we upload a new video. And also follow me on Instagram at sadaf.rizvi. Women Influencers Talk Show. It's your chance to influence. On our show today is an experienced, detailed-oriented media professional, content specialist, energetic change agent, communicator, and collaborator with experience in mainstream TV channels, FM radio stations, and digital platforms. She is a savvy team leader who is not only known for her out-of-the-box thinking but also known for maintaining high-quality standards and bottom-line profits. I am so glad and honored to welcome Shailja Naqvi, who is the Director of International School of Media and Entertainment Studies. She has a plethora of work to talk about. So let's hear from the lady herself. Hello Shailja, welcome to Women Influencers Talk Show. How are you doing?
I'm very happy, and thank you, Sadaf, for giving me this opportunity to come on your show.
That's great. Now I want to ask you, where does all this energy and work focus come from?
Well, I think it has been, I come from a family of very ornamental officers, and also my parents have been very, very strong stage artists. So I always felt a need to, bring in some sort of creativity in my life. And also I went to a college, which was like mass media, and I really wanted to bring something which, could add value to people's lives. So my energy comes purely from there.
Wonderful. Now, did you have any media influential personality you looked up to as a child, or you clearly knew that this is your path?
Basically, when we were in college, that time Barkha Dutt really came up, and she was reporting such wonderful stories, and I looked up to her. It was not something my childhood thing, but yeah, as I grew older and as we were also into media, she was one driving force, and I really, really appreciate. And then after that, of course, it was Anuradha Prasad ma'am, who gave me a chance when I just entered media industry. So these two women I really look up to.
Wonderful. So what does a normal day in the life of Shailja Naqvi looks like?
Normal day is pretty much as all the other women are doing. I have my own family. I have my two grown-up sons. I have a pet called Logan, who's old, who's about 10 years old, and I have a husband. So it begins like that only. So I wake up in the morning and do all the household chores. Though I do have, and I really appreciate all my household helps that I have. Besides that, it is pretty much the same. Then I come here to work, and since I'm teaching now and I'm interacting with a lot of youngsters, so a different sort of energy comes from them, because they are full of new ideas, new stories, new energy, new thoughts. So it is like a day which is, I am spending most of my time with youngsters these days, and I feel really energetic and really happy with them.
That's right. With the ever-changing technology, it is so important for all of us to upgrade ourselves time and again. So could you please tell us about the news and entertainment channels that you started?
See, I was part of the main team, core team for India TV, which was my biggest experience in media industry. because from the scratch we pulled up a national channel, and I have worked very closely with Rajat Sharma and Ritu Dhawan and learned a lot of things there, how to put up a story, how if you're short of good footage, how do you do things, how do you bring it up, what do you add to bring it power packed national coverage. So a lot of things I learned there. Then I was very lucky to enter radio, which was absolutely a different experience. Radio is like every day is a new day, something or the other was there, and it was very, very, radio is one happy place. I enjoyed my entire career life only in radio, because radio was bringing in so much of happiness to people, that it is, and the songs and the mood and the sparklers and the humor properties that we were creating. So it was really, really very, very interesting. So I almost about 13 channels I launched for my FM Dainik Bhaskar. So it was really, really great. And I worked for BAG also, and then later on I worked for BAG Radio also. I launched their radio also, and finally I'm here teaching, value creating, value adding to all the students and the future of the nation.
Wow, that's a lot of work and experience, Shelja. Could you please elaborate for our viewers the projects that you did for television and then for radio?
Yeah, see, in chronology, I was with the Broadcast Worldwide first of all, and Broadcast Worldwide came up with bouquet of regional channels. Now, regional markets are very different from the national market. So bringing up, it was largely in Ahmedabad, it was for Gujaratis, it was in Marathi, it was in Bangla, and it was in Punjabi. So I was handling the Punjabi channel, and as you know, Punjabis are really fun-filled people, and their lookout to life is, live life king size kind of a thing. So we were dishing out, I understood the regional sensitivity, the chords that you need to strike with the regional audience, and the kind of programming that they would enjoy. So my biggest takeaway from this project was to understand the regional market and bringing in things that they liked. So we did very, very interesting music shows. We did a lot of I still remember we used to do a show with Divya Datta called Kudiyan de Peche, which is like the kite flying. So it was a very, very beautifully done show, and that was one thing I remember clearly. Then we used to do another show with Hansraj. Hansraj ji was a big time star that time, in Punjabi singing, and learned a lot of music from him. The second thing that I learned was from India TV, where I was part of, establishing a channel. So we were part of the team that conceived the entire channel. So that was a different thing. It was a national channel, news channel. So we understood here again that, what are the stories that we need to bring in to the national viewer. How political programming has to be, sort of intermingled with entertainment programming. How much of dosage you need to give to the people. So understanding that entire entertainment and political mix was yet another learning for me from India TV. After that, I came to radio. Radio was a brilliant, brilliant experience, though I did not do radio. I learned radio on the job. And radio was entirely different from television, where you need to, you were playing with music. And music, is the, what should I say, food for soul. So music, listening to music daily, and, interacting with jocks who have that, X factor. So, understanding the X factor of jocks and, and listening to their talks and beautiful thoughts that came in, and bringing out it was really, really wonderful, very creative, definitely.
Well, Shelja, you know what? I noticed that gleam in your eyes while you were talking about your work. And I think that is something so important. You should love what you do, and I guess that is what makes you a complete person. Shelja, you describe yourself as an energetic change agent and an out-of-the-box thinker. How important are these qualities in today's media industry, and how do you keep yourself up to date in the fast-changing times?
So Sadaf, I personally feel that women really need to, move with times, I personally feel that, this whole concept of women sitting at home and men working, and, women not feeling as energetic as men is very, very, laid back and very, very old mindset. Now, first of all, because of the economic conditions and various appalling circumstances, two salaries are very important, and I think women can wonderfully manage each and every department. So I personally feel that women should come out, step out and work. Now keeping myself updated is also very important because I'm dealing with youngsters, and technology, as you know, is changing at at a fall of a hat. So every day challenges. I am really grateful to my sons who are 26 and 24. So they are the ones who keep on telling me, mom, this is the latest jargon that's going in. This is how you need to make a story. This is what, I look at their interests, and things are changing, and post-COVID, lot of things have changed. So one needs to, read up a lot, look at a lot of videos, look at a lot of YouTube, look at a lot of other influencers' stories, and, understand and, bring yourself, update yourself. I believe in the theory that you need to adapt and transform. So what women need to do today is to adapt and transform, and nothing is difficult. All they need to do is just, get into, their dancing shoes, basically. So they have to come out, and it is very well managed. I think it is a myth saying that, household and work, sort of cannot be managed. You can manage it. You can manage your time very well. All they need to know is get some confidence and, sort of understand time management, and everything is possible beyond that.
Absolutely. I totally agree with the adapting and transformation thing. Now, with the fast-paced technology changes, media has also evolved many folds in the past few years. Is it hard to keep up with the upgradation in equipment and technique?
So to this, I will answer that, since the technology is changing, it is also in your hands. Everybody has a smartphone today. I'm talking vis-a-vis media, especially. So now, the concepts, the other earlier programs on citizen journalism, etc., is like very easy. You can just go and shoot something. But with this comes a negative point also, where you need to understand that why are you consuming what you're consuming in terms of media, and why are you creating something which is fake, or which is not which has no credibility. So that kind of an understanding and that kind of a knowledge needs to be done at the audience level. Otherwise, technology definitely is changing, but at the same time, it is also very handy. It is in your hands. So you need to just know. Now, earlier when we were, I'm talking way back in 90s and, early 20s, editing was a problem, shooting was a problem. So you needed big, huge equipment. Now everything is, becoming very packed, so you have the power in your hand. All you need to know is that power that you have in your hand needs to be channelized. So that's where the teaching comes in, where you make people understand that what are they creating? Who is going to consume it? Are they going to create a ripple effect? Is it wrong? Or are they really helping in changing the mindsets of the people? So that's one thing I really tell my students also, that with media, with camera in your hand, with content that you're creating comes a big responsibility, where you need to really understand before you place it, that what are the repercussions that are going to come. Is it going to be appreciated, or is it going to create a ripple effect? So that's one point that really needs to be understood, and we make a point that in the classroom we make students understand that this responsibility and accountability is one of the most important aspects of media.
I completely agree with you. Shailja, you are the Director Education at IZOMS Media School. So during the COVID time, and specifically during the lockdown, how did you and your institute made sure that the students are not lacking behind in their studies and the completion of their course?
So that's a very nice question, because this was something all of us were caught in very uncertain times. And all the faculty members went through a training and a certified online teachers. So we understood that, how we need to, for a media and for a practical course like journalism and camera and lighting, we had designed special lecture series for the students, and we really did not let them feel that somehow they were left out, from lab situations. We shot everything in our labs, and our teachers took a lot of pains in, shifting to that online method, and it was a very interactive class. A lot of students were coming, and time and again we also we called in a lot of international faculty. We called a lot of professors from other international universities to come and give in lectures. So the entire pandemic time, students learned a lot of things and also understood that there was a different sort of a power when you're doing it online. So it went on smoothly. But yes, media, the fun is in, actually going and doing ground activities and actually going and reporting from wherever the action is happening, or creating that, fictional environments where you need to shoot a lot of entertainment or fiction stories. So all that was missed, but we did not let the students feel that they were just sitting at home idle. It took some time, definitely, because everybody went through a different phase in their lives, and now in the post-COVID world, again, we are trying to keep a blended format of educating students, keeping certain classes and certain professors who are not able to come to Delhi, so they conduct their classes from wherever they are. So the coin has two faces. So we have seen very beautiful classes also online conducted, while offline classes have their own role to play.
That's great. And I think we all have learned how to live with the new normal. Shailja, you have been in this industry since past 2 decades. How have you felt the mindset of the students and their parents evolve during this pandemic?
Students have seen a lot of these online platforms have also come into being. So students have made their own mindset is this, that they like online classes also. It's again the blended form. So very rightly, even our government has given all schools and all universities and all institutions a directive to do a blended form of a class, so that students can have, when they are not able to come to the class, they can join in an online class instead of sitting idle, or otherwise come to a practical offline class where they can learn the cameras, etc., tangible mode. So students' mindset is sort of mixed. I would say that Indian mindset is sort of mixed. So a lot of parents feel that studies are not happening in an online mode. They want their rewards to go to college or go to schools. So this kind of there's a little dilemma which will work, but we are ready, equipped with both the formats.
All right. Now, since you have been in this industry for so long, and I think you're the right person to ask this question, what differences or changes do you find in the students pre and post COVID, specifically when we talk about media studies?
So Sadaf, I feel that so much of bombardment about news and platforms and online modes and TikToks and various other things that have come in, students are really changing. Why? Because they're reading a lot. Why? Because they are visiting a lot of sites. So mindset for the nation, which is really needed, it is said that, a country does not progress till the mindset changes. So mindset is something that, sort of acts as a bottleneck for development in modern world. So students definitely know a lot because they have access to the information. So when they come back, they are ready with certain articles. They know already what is happening. So that kind of a shift definitely is there between, what happened 20 years back to now. As far as the technical, thing is concerned, students know how to use it, and they have listened and learned, and we also make a point to teach them every now and then to understand the difference between a good content and a fake content. So students are very intelligent, very stressed, and this is going to be a different sort of a generation which has sort of meandered their way in between uncertain times, a lot of technical advancement and a lot of stress and a lot of knowledge. So it's a combination. So we are dealing with the very, very fierce future force, workforce. So they are definitely going to do good for the country. Yes.
Very rightly said. Now, if I have to ask your honest opinion, what would you like to say is the responsibility of media and social media in today's time and age?
So Sadaf, it is a very, very nice question. While I would say that, no information is wrong, and excess of information is equally wrong. So, we've seen that, when people were coming out during the last April 2020, when so much of corona was happening, people got into a lot of fear. So, people in power, and when we say that, we have to be really, really very selective and really, really very clear that what are we offering to people, and here media comes into being. Because, when so much of information was bombarded, a different sort of a fear got into people's head. So a balanced opinion and balanced thoughts and balanced media is needed. Social media, yes, so many people were fighting, just because one faction was following a particular party and the other one was following somebody else. So there was a unnecessary information, that was a misuse of media completely. So balanced information is needed. People need to know what is happening exactly. They have to have a clear picture, but it is also giving rise to a lot of other unnecessary content that I feel is a problem. That needs to be really, one needs to be really responsible here, and the selection team has to be really good. So curbs kahan hone chahiye, kahan nahi hone chahiye, what should be brought in, what is happening in the international market, how do you, because I see that, a lot of Twitter handles and lot of controversies that were created were very unnecessary controversies. So that balance and that responsibility definitely is something that media needs to understand, and not get into a TRP game, but get into a game where you are giving good information and good content to audience, and also not sparking any controversies or creating any fears.
So true. Media surely plays a very important role when it comes to dispersing of knowledge among the masses. Shailja, you have been working in key positions in television industry and also in the radio industry. What kind of challenges have you come across during your work life?
Yeah, Sadaf, again, male dominating society, yes. You see, a lot of, even women for that matter, feel that, there are certain things only men can do. So I have time and again, a lot of people request me to send only men, or the boys to their companies. So I feel that this is kind of, when we talk of gender quality and gender inequality, and, women have faced challenges. Still today, across the globe, women are paid lesser than men for similar kind of work, similar hours, even more at times, So this is a fight which even I experienced. My promotions were held back, or, I was not paid as much as my male counterparts. So I think we need to wake up to this, and your show definitely is going to be a step here. And I personally feel that women are beyond pink, they have that substance in them, and each and every woman has some kind of a story to tell and some kind of a challenge. So I really wish you all the best, and I'm sure you'll be able to bring out a lot of women who are in dilemma, or a lot of families who are not yet to believe this fact that women definitely are very, very powerful. So with that, Sadaf, I think your show is going to be brilliant.
Absolutely. It is so important to understand that a job is a job. How does it matter if it's done by a man or a woman? I think it's high time that the mindsets are now changed. Shailja, my next question to you is that as a woman influencer to many, what advice would you like to give out to the young girls who want to pursue media as their profession?
Yes, the girls, all the girls and all the boys, they have very good opportunity in media. It is, see, all the steps that go into making a good content, a good journalism are the same. It is only the platform that is changing. Like instead of TV, it is now digital. Earlier it was television taking things to digital, now it is digital that is taking things to TV. But the rules don't change. The quality doesn't change. The steps to make a good program doesn't change. So all those things they need to learn and come. And girls definitely have a good opportunity. There are many new jobs that have come. You see, media is like a flowing river. So, it keeps on, making new twists and turns, but it will keep on flowing. So there are many opportunities for women to come in, writing content, creating wonderful videos for digital media, and from there on to TV. So yes, it is a good time for all the students who are pursuing media as their career.
Thank you so much for that advice. Now I'm so eager to ask you about your thoughts and your opinion about our show.
Yes, Sadaf, I think it is a brilliant show, and it is a brilliant opportunity for women to bring in their life stories, which can be which can act as which can inspire a lot of other women who are sort of holding back, sitting back, not coming back. There are lots of women who were in media, but then when they started their families, they felt that they won't be able to do the balance. Or there are lots of women who are very aspirational and do not come forward because of the mindsets. So I think if you want to be a good journalist and if you want to come in media, first of all, you need to really fight your own battles. One, and you need to know your rights. So I personally feel that this kind of a show will definitely give a new ideas to women, new thoughts to women, and also open their minds and open many others' minds too, so that they can all flourish and move forward with times with men.
Absolutely. And that has been the core purpose for me to start this show. Thank you, Shelja, for coming on our show and gracing us with your presence and sharing about your life and work experiences. You are truly an influencer in every way. Thank you so much once again. And all you beautiful people, it's time for me to say goodbye to you. But before that, please do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon for future notification, and also follow me on Instagram at sadaf.rizvi. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye. Stay happy.